Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, 17 months later after the J. Mills digester exploded, the owners are announcing a closure.
Plus, this winter, the state of Maine is not only experiencing a higher cost, but also a shortage of heating oil.
And for you Bruins fans out there, the Holden Police Department is auctioning off a Charlie McAvoy jersey. Details ahead.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. I got to point this out. If you're around the Bangor area and you've ever seen the movie Jurassic Park, you know the scene when he's sitting in the car and you can hear the Tyrannosaurus Rex coming and it's like boom, boom, and you see the water droplets? You've never seen Jurassic Park?
I haven't.
Oh, man. Anyways, if you've seen Jurassic Park, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I'm hearing with the thunder outside the studio right now. I can just hear it coming along.
The apocalypse.
Oh, God.
No, it's just rain. It's just
rain. Heavy rain's coming in. We got some big gusts coming in tomorrow. Let's get a first check of our forecast with Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. All right, as we start things off this morning, showers and thunderstorms are developing from the west, going to the east side of our next system here that's moving in. That's going to give us plenty of opportunities for rain today, a few rumbles of thunder, heavy downpours too before they start to clear out later on tonight. Let's hold the radar into motion. It's really been building up over the last few hours, and we're just getting started. There'll be plenty of rounds of showers and thunderstorms that will be developing today as all this right here continues to move from the west and go toward the east. So keep that umbrella handy today. It might be a good day to do a lot of the activities inside. I know today is the first day of fall, but the weather not going to be cooperating much today. So Futurecast showing plenty of opportunities for showers and thunderstorms clearing out of here later on tonight. Things start to calm down a little bit by tomorrow, but the winds really start to kick up as well, and we'll notice that a little bit more tomorrow. As for those winds, for now, they'll be at around 5 to 15 miles per hour today. The pressure gradient really gets tight by tomorrow, so make sure to keep an eye on that. We'll have another system to keep an eye on that really get some gusty winds going around the area. So for today, middle 60s, showers and thunderstorms, some heavy downpours as well. That west wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showers and thunderstorms, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
A man is facing charges after allegedly leading police on a chase and threatening law enforcement. Police say 44-year-old Derek Siroy flipped his ATV and got into an altercation with a patron at a Central Street convenience store in Millinocket on Monday. When officers arrived, Siroy had already left. Siroy later was seen driving at a high rate of speed on Central Street and failed to stop for police. He allegedly tried to hide from them and resist their attempts to arrest him. Police say he allegedly threatened officers and purposely urinated in the cruiser during transportation. Now, he is charged with eluding an officer, failure to submit to arrest, criminal threatening, and criminal mischief, among other charges. Siroy also had an active warrant for his arrest from a previous charge.
A former Uber driver is facing charges after he allegedly raped a woman while driving her home. 28-year-old Joseph Graston of Milo was arrested yesterday morning on charges of gross sexual assault and unlawful sexual contact. Bangor Police Department Detective Lieutenant Brent Bulow said a woman celebrating a life event at a Bangor area nightclub in June became intoxicated and called an Uber for a ride home. The next morning, she contacted the Bangor Police Department to report she believed she had been sexually assaulted. Bulow says detectives began their investigation and Uber terminated Graston soon after the allegation was made. He is being held without bail pending his first court appearance.
The Waldo County Grand Jury indicted 47-year-old Aaron Nickerson of Unity for allegedly causing a police standoff. According to the Waldo County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a home in Montville around 2:30 in the morning on August 9th for a reported domestic disturbance. Nickerson was placed under arrest 2 hours later after what authorities called a standoff. He's charged with kidnapping, 2 counts of domestic violence terrorizing, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, among other charges.
Action agencies across the state are helping Mainers prepare for winter. Devin Dagnall has the story.
Our greatest fear is the consequences.
As Maine enters its fall season, it's time for many people throughout the state to start planning how they will heat their homes. For some Mainers, it may be a rough road ahead. The state of Maine is not only experiencing a higher cost than last year, but also a shortage of heating oil.
We are communicating with all of our partner agencies and the public at large, making sure they're aware of the assistance that may be available to them, fuel assistance, either through community action programs, and we ask anyone with needs to please make their needs known to their town offices by contacting 211 Maine.
Sankey worries that the elevated prices mixed with oil supply chain shortages could spell disaster for many at-risk Mainers. He says those in need should plan ahead, and if they need assistance, they should contact 211 sooner rather than later.
As we know, February is not the time to buy firewood, and difficult with fuel supplies being at risk. We want to make sure that people have their plans in place now.
According to Daniel Brennan, director of Maine Housing, for the same amount of money, Mainers can only get about half the fuel they have in past years. Brennan also says only a quarter of the individuals who qualify apply for fuel assistance, and he encourages households to apply even if they haven't needed assistance before.
We want to help everybody that needs it. We started a few months ago with some people have been in the program for a number of years, and so the ability to get them processed quickly is easier than someone who's brand new. But we're encouraging new people to apply all the time.
To learn more information about heating assistance, dial 211 or go to www.211maine.org. In Bangor, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
The time is now 8:07, and I don't know if our mics are picking up that rain, but it just started about 5 minutes ago, and it feels
pouring.
Crazy.
If you're around the Bangor area, anywhere near Odland Road or off of I-95's exit, it's pouring.
It is loud.
So take it slow. Be careful. Leave some extra time, because we all know that heavy rain is very difficult to drive through.
Yes. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Maine, Senator Angus King had a busy day in Washington. We'll hear what he had to say about improving America's cybersecurity.
But first, here's a quick look at that forecast. The rain has begun. Heavy rain is expected with thunderstorms. Those temperatures are sitting in the mid-60s. Tonight, they'll drop down to the low 40s, and we'll have early showers. And tomorrow, expect to see some high winds moving through the area, with temperatures warming up to the mid-50s.
I was just telling these guys about Jared Golden. He's a Marine who puts country ahead of politics. And then there's Bruce Poliquin. He's a multi-millionaire Wall Street banker who went to Washington, took all that money from the insurance industry, and voted to let them increase premiums. Worse, Poliquin said he wants to raise the retirement age. He's for them, not us. House Majority PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I may be close to retirement, but I'm as busy as ever. And thanks to Voya, I'm confident about my future. Voya provides guidance for the right investments. They make me feel like I've got it all under control.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
I'm sorry I said your guy is a joke. He's not the GOAT, but he's not a joke. Babe?
Cold shoulder, warm things up with a Mitsubishi electric heat pump from Dave's World, the GOAT of heat pump installers.
I've been having foot pain for at least 10 years. The first day I put the key boot on, I could tell the difference. My pain level has been so much better. I was amazed. The key boots made it possible for me to actually walk without pain. I can go shopping, walking around the store without wanting to cry. I mean, I feel like dancing sometimes. The key boots made all the difference. Very happy with it. Comfort shoes, it's just changed my life.
Start Saturday strong with America's #1 game. Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Wow! It all starts at 10 Eastern with Big Noon kickoff live from Ann Arbor. Then, Harbaugh's 4th-ranked Michigan Wolverines unleash their unstoppable high-octane offensive attack against Maryland. The best pregame, the best announcers, the biggest games. Maryland, Michigan, all part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Yesterday, Senator Angus King, who serves as the chairman of the Senate Subcommittee on National Parks, heard testimony in favor of a bill he is co-sponsoring. It's a bill that would expand access to the Katahdin Woods and Waters Monument. The Katahdin Woods and Waters National Monument Access Act would authorize the expansion of the monument by giving the National Park Service permission to acquire land from willing donors or sellers that better connects the monument to the Millinocket region and major roadways. King says the bill will contain language to protect logging and forestry-related activity, as well as maintain existing uses and access, like the ability of visitors to use snowmobiles and ATVs, hunt, fish, and forage for fiddleheads.
This new access will make it easier for visitors to enter the monument and will help towns like Millinocket and East Millinocket capture some of the economic opportunities from those visitors.
King emphasized that the bill expressly prohibits the use of eminent domain. Land will only be added to the monument if the willing owners donate or sell their land.
And continuing with Senator Angus King, he joined Representative Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin to discuss the next steps in improving America's cybersecurity. 4 years ago, the Cybersecurity Solarium Commission was tasked with developing a strategy to defend U.S. national security and economic interest in cyberspace. Senator King reflected on the work CSC has done over the past few years and suggested a new project to combat the threats of cyber terrorism.
We need another theory or an adjunct to the theory of deterrence to deal with the threat of terrorists with nuclear weapons. I would suggest perhaps a Manhattan Project to figure out how to detect nuclear material from space or from a distance as our best defense, because deterrence won't work.
According to King's office, the commission has put 80 official recommendations forward. More than 85% of these initial recommendations are fully or partially implemented or on track for implementation, including the creation of a national cyber director. Time is now 8:12. After the break, we have a guide showing how many people in each state qualify for loan forgiveness.
Plus, with the J Mill closing, we'll take a look at the impact on the workers, the town, and the schools. We'll be right back.
Here, you can find monuments to veterans from many generations, except ours. Jared stepped up. Jared Golden joined the Marines after 9/11. He knew veterans needed to be recognized for their service. That's why in Congress, Jared fought so hard with veterans from both parties to build the Global War on Terrorism Memorial. This will be a place for all of us who served in Iraq and Afghanistan to heal, and for our families too.
I'm Jared Golden, and I approve this message because the memory of our fallen brothers and sisters must live on for generations to come.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
Just as cooler weather comes along, so does another great offer from Renewal by Andersen. All this month, $300 off each of our energy-efficient windows, $800 off each door, nothing down, no payments or interest for 12 months for qualified buyers. Schedule a free in-home consultation at rbagreatermaine.com.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
When Ansley Moore of Better Homes and Gardens wants to know the local forecast, she logs on to foxbangor.com. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
If you are in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine, you could get special financing at the Toyota 5-State Sales Event. There are new fuel-sipping Toyotas arriving daily, including electrified models, like an electrified all-wheel drive RAV4 hybrid with 40 mpg and up to a 580-mile driving range. Plus, get affordable 2.49% financing on most RAV4 models. The Toyota 5-State Sales Event at your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The Amish Community Market and Bakery is open again. The store in Unity was destroyed by fire in January, but community members helped the owners clear the debris and the rebuilding effort began. While the bakery is not quite done yet, a soft opening was held yesterday. The owners say they are planning a bigger event.
The Biden administration just released a state-by-state guide showing how many people in each state qualify for loan forgiveness. The report shows about 175,000 borrowers in Maine qualify for up to $20,000 in loan forgiveness. Martha Johnston with the Finance Authority of Maine says while the forgiveness part of the plan is making headlines, there's another part borrowers should really focus on.
I do think the biggest thing is getting ready for the going back into repayment part. I know the exciting part is the forgiveness part, but the getting ready to resume your repayment, I think, is going to be really critical.
Loan repayment starts again in January for those who paused repayment during the pandemic. Johnston suggests reaching out to your loan servicer to make sure your information is up to date and start planning your budget.
Bad news for the town of Jay. The pulp and paper mill announcing it will close sometime early next year. Many had predicted that may be the case when the company decided not to rebuild the digester used to make pulp and for its high-end paper products. Brad Rogers takes a look at the impact on workers, the town, and the schools.
The announcement that Pixel Specialty Solutions will close the paper mill here in Jay sent shockwaves through the community. The town now faces a loss of 230 jobs and much of the tax revenue from the mill.
This is a sad time for the town. Everybody realizes the challenges we're going to face.
Jay's town manager says the pending mill closure is another kick in the gut for families in Jay and the surrounding area. The mill is valued at nearly $110 million and represents 22% of the town's tax base.
I know the employees over there have been trying, the management has been trying. Could they have done more? Who knows? Have they definitely been trying? Absolutely.
When the mill's digester used to make pulp exploded 2.5 years ago and Pixel announced it would not rebuild it, many feared it was only a matter of time before the mill closed.
Everybody in the logging business knew that they wouldn't be able to. You can't buy outside pulp from Sappi and NewPage and turn it into paper and think you're going to make money. It just doesn't work.
Russell Flagg used to supply timber to the mill. That ended when the digester exploded.
They haven't bought wood for, 18 months now.
David Spears knows firsthand what mill closures can do to a town.
And they slowly close down, and then next thing you know, the town is turned kind of like a ghost town.
The governor directed the Labor Department's rapid response team to support mill workers in Jay and provide resources to them and their families. The hope now is that someone steps in to buy the mill.
We've been hoping for a couple of years that someone would come forward and want to put money back into the mill and rebuild the digesters. There have been some suitors that have had those conversations with Pexel, but they haven't really been interested. We can only hope that they're going to sell it and not liquidate it and scrap it at this point.
Have they openly been looking at all for a buyer?
We always hear rumors, but whether there's any fact to them or not, I'm not sure.
Town leaders say their thoughts are with the employees of the mill. They also say they now must figure out the best path forward for the town.
And on to your national news. President Biden addressed the United Nations yesterday morning at the 77th meeting of the UN General Assembly in New York. His main focus was putting the spotlight on Russia's alleged war crimes in Ukraine and calling on nations around the globe to show solidarity with the Ukrainian people. Fox News White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich has the details.
President Biden on Wednesday making his case to the world that Russia deserves international condemnation for its ongoing war in Ukraine.
A permanent member of the United Nations Security Council invaded its neighbor, attempted to erase a sovereign state from the map. Russia has shamelessly violated the core tenets of the United Nations Charter.
As Moscow's invasion nears the 7-month mark, Russian forces have been accused of widespread war crimes as they push to take territory in eastern Ukraine.
Attacks on schools, railway stations, hospitals. This war is about extinguishing Ukraine's right to exist as a state. Plain and simple.
Russia on Wednesday announced its first major military mobilization since World War II and repeated threats that it had not ruled out using nuclear weapons.
A nuclear war cannot be won and must never be fought.
The president also announcing nearly $3 billion in global food security aid to address widespread food shortages caused by Russia's invasion and the effects of climate change.
The United States introduced a call to action, a roadmap eliminating global food insecurity. It's Russia's war, that is worsening food insecurity, and only Russia can end it.
Biden also called out aggression from North Korea and China and pushed other countries to help the U.S. revive the Iran nuclear deal. In New York, Jackie Heinrich, Fox News.
Time is now 8:20.
And let's get a full look at that forecast. The rain has begun. It's going to be sticking around the rest of the day. Devin Biggs joins us with the latest.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomas and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already we have showers and thunderstorms that are developing this morning, moving in from the west to the east. The big threat with this will be some heavy downpours as this all begins to move in from the west, going toward the east, and it's starting to build in now. Throw the radar into motion, and we've been noticing a little bit more moving in over the past few hours, and we're just getting started with this. We'll have plenty more where this came from as all this continues to track in from the west to the east. We'll calm down in the rainfall department later on tonight, but the winds will really begin to pick up, especially as this front begins to move through. And we'll have to keep an eye on Fiona as well. It's going to get pretty close to us. Not so much for precipitation, but the winds will be an issue for us as we head towards the weekend. Let's take a look at Fiona right now. A Category 4, this major hurricane that's starting to turn a little bit more toward the north and east now, with winds up to 130 miles per hour and north-northeast at 13 miles per hour is the official observation, with Bermuda under a tropical storm warning and a hurricane watch at this point too. This thing will continue to track off towards the north over the next couple of days. So we can know about a Category 2 hurricane by Saturday, not too far away from us before it makes landfall close to the Canadian coast, then becomes extratropical after that, and it just continues to track off towards the north. So Saturday, though, we'll have to keep an eye out for some very gusty winds and some clouds that'll begin to move through too, and maybe some gusty winds as well up to today, maybe up to 20 miles per hour at its best today, and also for tomorrow, getting up to around 25 miles per hour in a few areas. But let's talk about temperatures. Our average high is 68 degrees. Overall, not too bad over the next few days. We'll be in the middle 60s today, middle 50s for your Friday. We're back in the 60s Saturday, all the way through parts of the day on Tuesday before we fall back into the upper 50s as we head towards your Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, showers and thunderstorms likely today, some heavy downpours possible. Starting to taper off later on tonight, but notice these black lines, the isobars right there, becoming very stacked. So it means some gusty winds out of the north will be expected over the next few days as we hold on to some clouds as well as we head through Friday. But I'm going to step over here. Here's Fiona right here. It's going to be missing us with regards to its intensity, but some gusty winds will be on the way for us as you head towards the weekend. So make sure to keep an eye on that as it does develop. As for the rainfall, 1 to 2 inches of rain possible before we're all finished up, so some more beneficial rain on the way for us. I know some of us have been dealing with drought, so this is some good news. So far today, middle 60s. Today is the first day of fall at 8:03 or 9:03 p.m. tonight, though, for those in the eastern time zone, 9:03 p.m. tonight. We'll have highs in the middle 60s today, showers and thunderstorms, some heavy downpours as well. Now west wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 40s for the overnight lows, rain showers early, then partly cloudy afterward. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 50s, mostly cloudy and windy, northwest wind at about 30 miles per hour. Already a Shepherd Toyota extended forecast for partly cloudy on Saturday with highs in the low 60s, middle 60s on Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky, and more showers and thunderstorms on Monday, highs in the mid 60s.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
In Maine, it's always buying season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we carry new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams for your buying season. Here at Thornton Brothers, we'll help you find the right vehicle specifically for you to suit your lifestyle. As they say, the proof is in the performance. So come on over and test drive a real vehicle from a real dealership, or place your order with us and see why it really is buying season here in Maine. Thornton Brothers, Main Street, Lincoln. Fast, friendly, honest, and clean. Counted right in front of you. You won't have to wait long to leave Brewer Redemption Center with cash in your hand. Located in the North Brewer Shopping Center behind the Parody, Brewer Redemption Center is open Tuesday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays, 8 to 4. So grab those returnables and head over to Brewer Redemption Center today. Our team is waiting for you.
You can't always wait for people to flock to you. Sometimes you just have to flock yourself.
Barb Fletch? I haven't seen you since Girl Scout camp and you tied me to my bunk. Good memories. How about that? Weird kid's kind of sexy.
Jamie Presley joins Welcome to Fletch. New season Thursday, September 29th on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Believe it or not, we are just days away from the season opener for Maine women's hockey. And the crazy thing about that is their head coach just arrived in Orono at the beginning of September. And now they're gearing up for a nationally ranked opponent to start the year.
One of our words this year is adaptability, and I think our team has done a really good job adapting to the new coaches, the new style. And I was telling everyone this summer, I was like, if you're a returner, you're not a returner this year. Everyone's a rookie. Everyone's new.
New. That's the theme of the year so far for Maine women's hockey.
We had 3 weeks with the new coach now, so it's been really fun. Of course, a lot of new coach, like everything is new.
Molly Engstrom touched down in Orono as the 7th head coach in program history at the beginning of the month. And now they're preparing for their first official game of the year in just a few days.
Everything's been really fast. I think I was here in 15 days from the time that I took the job. So when you have 28 players, just trying to get names down, trying to get tendencies down, learn about each other in a very short period of time.
The Black Bears are coming off of a season where they made a run to the semifinals again. And with a group of key players coming back, they think this year is their window to go further.
And I think we're going to give some teams a run for their money. I think like Northeastern, we've been getting closer and closer each year to them. I think the gaps between a lot of teams have closed. I think this year is the most even all of the teams have been within each other.
My 3 years, we've been getting to semifinal and then ended there, so I know at least my class, and we're really excited to get that next step.
Maine got their first look at the newness this Saturday, hosting New Brunswick in an exhibition game and coming out on top 3-2. But they have a much bigger test this weekend, opening their season at home against nationally ranked Quinnipiac, who starts their season as the 8th best team in the country.
It was nice to play the exhibition against a Canadian team. It's going to be a very different look this weekend. They've got a lot of size and they have a lot of speed, so we're going to try to figure out how to manage that.
In these early games, though, they're just looking for growth before they get into mid-season form.
We want to play fast. We want to be gritty. We want to be aggressive. And we want to make a name for ourselves. You know, when you watch our games, I want it to be like, that's how hockey's supposed to be played.
Certainly a good goal there. Looking forward to watching Molly and the Black Bears on Friday as they host Quinnipiac at the Alphon. That is a big home opener for Maine women's hockey. Let's move on now to some baseball. Hockey season, baseball season, I guess they go together. On Tuesday, the Sea Dogs hosted their first playoff game in 8 years, losing 9-4 to Somerset. And now Portland and the Patriots will meet in Game 2 of their Divisional Championship Series Thursday night in New Jersey. And the Dogs will need a win to push this series to a third and deciding game. That one would go on Friday night. The Sea Dogs had a 3-0 lead in Game 1, only to see the Patriots score 8 big runs in the 4th inning, which really just took the air right out of Hadlock Field. But the Dogs know this series is far from over. Last week, Portland needed 2 wins at Somerset to clinch a postseason spot, and they ended up taking 4 of 6. So they know that winning 2 straight on the road can certainly be done.
Like we had talked about earlier, it's not about the stadium we're playing in. We're comfortable with our team. It's just, like I said, it's walks and errors. Who's going to do the least amount of those? So hopefully we clean that up tomorrow and get a win.
This loss doesn't mean nothing. We're going to Somerset right now. It still you have to win too. So the series.
Looking forward to that game on Thursday. Hopefully we get some more playoff baseball in Maine before the season is over. Let's move on and let's talk some football now. The Patriots are sitting at 1-1, a good close win against Pittsburgh on Sunday, but it doesn't get any easier this week. For their home opener, they're being gifted with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Bill Belichick raved about Jackson and the Baltimore offense during his press conference on Wednesday, saying his team is going to have their hands full Patriots have beaten Lamar twice in the past, but Bill says these Ravens teams are different from the last time they saw them in 2020. Jackson is coming off of a loss to the Dolphins, but one where he threw for 300 yards and 3 scores and then also ran for 100 yards and a score. And Belichick says they are pretty busy preparing for all of the challenges Baltimore poses.
Yeah, challenges every week, but certainly the Ravens have a lot of them. It's the quarterback, it's his passing game, the running game, his ability to make loose and extended plays, the explosiveness of their receivers and tight ends, and him. So, yeah, I mean, there's challenges every week. We have to do the best we can to defend those threats and schemes that they run. They have a good, balanced scheme. They do a good job of attacking defenses.
Great stuff from Bill there, but that red sweatshirt just brings back bad memories from that 2007 season. He wore it for one game, their only loss. But anyways, that is all the time we have for sports. We will be right back after the break.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Ellsworth, is sponsored by Complete Tire Service Incorporated, providing automotive repairs and tire sales to customers from Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, Blue Hill, and surrounding areas. Shirley's Yarns, Crafts, and Gifts. What can we help you create today? And Disconnected Tattoo and Piercing Shop. We are a family-friendly tattoo and art shop in Ellsworth.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back and happy Thursday. It's September 22nd of 2022. The autumn equinox arrives tonight at 9:04 and fall begins. Now, it's kind of ironic that all summer we've needed rain, and today, on the last day of summer, we're having to get poured on for the entire day.
I don't know. Okay, I thought it rained more in fall consistently, though.
Yes, it's true, but we've needed it. Like, throughout the entire summer, we've been dealing with a drought. So I just find it ironic that the last day of summer, when we've needed rain all day, it's going to rain all day.
Yeah, the last day of, yeah, that's true.
So
okay.
Up until 9:04. So, enjoy that. By the way, there's also 100 days left in the year.
It's going to rain all of them.
Oh, God, no. Could you imagine? Yeah, because that rain eventually turns to snow, and we're not ready for that yet.
I'll take it. Whatever. The rain. Just give us your worst. Well, it's National Legwear Day. You'll need it. It's raining. Don't wear your kilt. It's National Ice Cream Cone Day. Enjoy it while you last. And while Gifford's is still open, right? One of my favorites. And it's Remember Me Thursday to shine a light on all orphan pets that are in shelters. We had one of those in earlier. Her name was Charlie. I love a name you assume is for males, but it's a female, especially with pets.
Charlie, I've always felt like Charlie's Angels. I mean, now granted, Charlie is the guy. Yeah, but at the same time, like the name Charlie's Angels, the movie with the 3 women. Yeah, the association, which, is a little different. But
I wonder if it's with an I, Charlie with just an I.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Oh, well, let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs, see where that rain is moving.
Devin, good morning.
And thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland-Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. All right, as we start things off this morning, showers and thunderstorms are developing from the west, going to the east side of our next system here that's moving in. That's going to give us plenty of opportunities for rain today, a few rumbles of thunder, heavy downpours too before they start to clear out later on tonight. Let's hold the radar into motion. It's really been building up over the last few hours, and we're just getting started. There'll be plenty of rounds of showers and thunderstorms that will be developing today as all this right here continues to move from the west and go toward the east. So keep that umbrella handy today. It might be a good day to do a lot of the activities inside. I know today is the first day of fall, but the weather not going to be cooperating much today. So Futurecast showing plenty of opportunities for showers and thunderstorms clearing out of here later on tonight. Things starting to calm down a little bit by tomorrow. but the winds really start to kick up as well, and we'll notice that a little bit more tomorrow. As for those winds, for now, they'll be at around 5 to 15 miles per hour today. The pressure gradient really gets tight by tomorrow, so make sure to keep an eye on that. We'll have another system to keep an eye on that really get some gusty winds going around the area. So for today, middle 60s, showers and thunderstorms, some heavy downpours as well. That west wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showers and thunderstorms, temperatures in the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. A new program has been launched that will provide every public school in Maine with a free mobile computer science lab. Now, the effort is funded through the Governor's Emergency Education Relief Fund. A statement said it will enable all Maine students to access high-quality learning experiences that provide real-world training in robotics, programming, coding, and hardware.
At a meeting in Portland in July, the governors from all 50 states pledged to work on expanding K-12 computer science education options in their states. Maine Governor Janet Mills says, quote, "Our economy increasingly depends on workers with training in computer science. This initiative will ensure that students across our state are prepared to succeed." And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood,
here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
If only he could remember any of our names.
It's one of the most star-studded birthday parties in history. Tonight, the broadcast of Norman Lear, 100 Years of Music and Laughter. The legendary TV producer turned 100 in July, saying he knows the secret to longevity.
I have long felt that music and laughter adds time to one's life. It certainly has added time to my life.
Norman Lear, 100 Years of Music and Laughter, premieres tonight on ABC.
Hello, I'm Jamila Jamil.
Who is Titania? Jamila Jamil plays the villain on She-Hulk, attorney at law, a baddie from the comics who may be new to some people. Jamil tells me Titania is the worst kind of person, an influencer, and she's thrilled to be in her shoes.
And I am very excited to play a South Asian villain. I get to be unique and nuanced and interesting and complex.
A new episode of She-Hulk is out today on Disney+. Disney, the parent company of ABC News.
You have no idea how iconic this is. You just have no idea.
Also new today, it's season 2 of The Kardashians on Hulu.
Why would I?
And speaking of She-Hulk, the show's star Tatiana Maslany is 37 today, while Harry Potter star Tom Felton is 35. And that's what's happening in Hollywood.
And Spotify is now selling audiobooks to its U.S. listeners. Users will have more than 300,000 different audiobook titles to choose from.
Users can find the audiobooks in their library search and recommendations homepage. Once an audiobook is purchased, users can adjust the listening speed. I love that feature, and even download it to listen while offline.
Wow.
I personally use Audible, but I love Spotify too, so all the reading options are fantastic.
I mean, I just like having the ability to, I like hardcover books, but having the ability to have them technology side of things where you can just get like a Nook or anything like that and read whatever. It's good. You just got to make sure to keep that brightness down. We look at screens a lot.
These are audiobooks. These are like podcasts for books.
Oh, I was thinking interesting. Oh,
while you're doing your
better.
dishes,
Ooh,
I love
better.
it. I love it because I have struggled to sit down, so it's perfect.
Struggling to stop and slow down.
For crazy people like me, it's perfect. Well, you can indulge in fall comfort foods without the concern of gaining weight. Registered dietitian Beth Chironi with Cleveland Clinic says the first step is to cook at home using seasonal vegetables like pumpkin. She says pumpkins are low in fat and calories. Instead of using pasta, she recommends a healthier alternative, spaghetti squash.
You can add seasoning to bring some flavor to your dish. She also recommends roasting the seasonal vegetables instead of frying or sautéing them. She says this lowers the fat and brings out the vegetables' natural flavor. Another fun fact with that, and my girlfriend she's been, telling me we got to do this all week. Apples and cinnamon, you put them into a boil in a pot, and it'll make the house smell so good.
Like a little potpourri.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. But no, I mean, that story is great too, because if you're trying to keep your sugar content down, my mom did this. Bake all of your sweets. Don't buy anything that's been prepackaged, because then you can see how much sugar and butter goes into it.
Yeah, and how many things that are not actually said on the nutritional label that do in fact have sugar.
Right. It's best to see
ingredients.
Yes. Well, and here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Upton, Massachusetts high school senior Nick Byrne is a starting defensive lineman, a team leader, and he's deaf. His parents say Byrne begged and pleaded to take the field. He uses a cochlear implant with a specially fitted helmet, and the players came up with their own signs to call plays. Byrne says people told him over and over that he couldn't play. He says they were wrong. Escaping Hurricane Fiona's wrath. Save a Sado rescue group is sending 30 dogs and cats from storm-ravaged Puerto Rico to Broward County, Florida to find them new homes. The rescue group says after a rest and health check, the animals will be ready to find new homes by this weekend. And Pasadena firefighters came to the rescue of a blind dog that fell into a construction hole Tuesday. The owner says 13-year-old Cesar wandered into the construction site through a hole in the fencing. She says her other dog alerted her to the emergency. It took firefighters 10 minutes to fetch Cesar using a series of ropes and pulleys. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, a World War II U.S. Coast Guard veteran turns 100 years old next week, and the community is looking for some support.
Plus, in an effort to support Maine veterans, the Holden PD is auctioning off some Bruins memorabilia. We'll have this and much more when we return.
Mainers work hard, but Joe Biden's inflation is making life miserable. Heating oil costs are crushing Maine families. I'm Bruce Poliquin, and for too many, this means choosing between gas, groceries, or freezing. Biden and all Democrats created this mess, and they're making it worse. Congress needs more Maine common sense, not more spending on those who won't work or more taxes on those who do. I'm Bruce Poliquin, and I approve this message because Maine needs a congressman who will stand up to Biden and help Maine families.
You got 100 points.
Have you been moisturizing?
Just sunscreen.
That's 50 points.
With AARP Rewards, anyone can earn points.
Who's got 200 points?
You've got 200 points.
It's the free loyalty program that rewards you.
They're ready for you.
That's 300 points.
And helps your money, health, and happiness live longer.
Are these ties? 200 points.
Start earning and redeeming points today.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
Bathfitter doesn't just fit your bath. We fit your life. When a normal day is anything but normal, we fit your schedule with our unique tub-over-tub process installed in as little as a day. When high quality is the only quality that matters, we fit your standards with a lifetime guarantee. Bathfitter. It just fits.
Now, with $600 off a complete bath system, it fits your budget too. We've never had a promotion this big, so call or click now.
The Red Sox. Are you kidding me? Battle Aaron Judge and the Yankees. It's Baseball Night in America tonight at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
World War II U.S. Coast Guard veteran Florence Smith will celebrate her 100th birthday on Wednesday, September 28th. And her family is asking for the community to send birthday cards to a P.O. box in Jonesport.
Now get your pens and paper ready. Cards can be addressed to Florence Smith at P.O. Box 255, Jonesport, Maine, zip code 04649. And if you missed the address, we will have this info on our website later today.
And yesterday was World Alzheimer's Day. Officials say it's a time to raise awareness about dementia and Alzheimer's. It's also a time to advocate for more research and resources to improve patients' quality of life and maybe someday find a cure. Doctors say there are things we can do now to help prevent it.
We can do things like exercise. Make sure you get enough sleep every night, 7 to 8 hours. Make sure you're eating healthy foods. There's a diet called the MIND diet. And it's shown to significantly reduce the likelihood that you will get Alzheimer's disease.
29,000 seniors in our state currently are diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia-related disorders. It's the 6th leading cause of death in Maine. Northern Light Acadia Hospital is starting 2 new support groups, one for people caring for those with Alzheimer's and dementia, and the other is for people diagnosed with it. If you'd like more information, you can call them at 973-6048. And Holden Police are auctioning off a special item that Bruins fans will be especially interested in, and they're doing it to support Maine veterans. Chief Chris Greeley says that an item is signed by, it's an authentic signed Charlie McAvoy jersey. The proceeds will go to the Maine Veterans Project in Brewer.
Greeley says they are trying to put some cash back in the organization after the group recently bought a Holden veteran a new car. Now they're selling the jersey on eBay to get the most bids and the best possible selling price.
If you're a fan of this sort of thing, you want to add to your collection, it comes with a certificate of authenticity from the Boston Bruins, which is kind of cool. So not only are you getting something cool and adding something cool to your collection that can only increase in value, but you're helping veterans here in Maine. I mean, I think it's a win-win.
The auction is live as we speak, and it still has a few days left. To bid, you can go on to eBay and search for brand new Boston Bruins autographed Charlie McAvoy jersey.
Just in time, too. Preseason games on Saturday.
I know.
I love it.
Hockey's back.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, after the break, we have your Pet of the Week.
We'll be right back.
Offensive and divisive. That's Paul LePage's legacy. But it's not just what he said as governor. It's what he did. LePage slashed funding for cancer screenings for women. He refused to invest in clean energy, kicked over 1,000 seniors off their prescription drug program, and even opposed funding to Meals on Wheels. So, if that's what Paul LePage did last time he was governor, we can't send him back. The top funder of A Better Maine is the Democratic Governors Association.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers statewide delivery and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Haven't heard about Pictionary, the greatest family favorite game around, where have you been hiding? That's hiding. Under a rock? Come on, I'm really good at this.
Jerry O'Connell hosts the world's greatest family party game, Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
I would win every time.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
And welcome back into Good Morning Maine. It is our favorite segment of the week, Pet of the Week, brought to you by Catherine Ravenscraft, or Riptide, of course. But Catherine, welcome back into the broadcast. It has been a pleasure for you to stop by, and you have an adorable cat.
I do. This is Charlie. Charlie. She is 3. She came to us as a stray from the Greenbush area back in June, and she was pregnant when she joined us. Apparently, she came with Daddy Cat as well, which is just kind of a fun story. And so she went directly into our maternity wing and then home with a foster care provider and had 4 or 5 kittens, I think. I know, isn't she small for that many kittens?
You are, baby.
So is that like average? Like how many do they usually have?
I would say 3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Yeah, sometimes it's only 1 and sometimes it can be more than 5. But 3 to 5 is probably about average.
Oh, thank you for the attention.
She's so friendly. As soon as I opened her kennel this morning, she just started purring.
How are you?
So
she was making biscuits in here.
Yeah, she is a total sweetheart. So apparently, Papa Cat and kittens have all been adopted, and Charlie is 3, and she's waiting for her person to come along. There you go, just grab her.
I had allergies before, but it's about to get a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we gotta.
It's okay.
What do you think?
She's like, bring me back to Mom.
Yeah,
she
so
is
I don't know if
tiny.
I'm Mom yet, but yeah.
Or at least the person I'm most comfortable in this situation.
Maybe, for the moment.
But she was purring, so it's like, you're just curious.
She is. Yeah, she is. So we'll just kind of let her walk around a little bit. I love a tabby cat. They generally just have such friendly personalities. Of course, there's always an exception to a rule, but in my limited experience with brown tabby cats, they're just friendly and social cats. So she is one of those rare cats that can go with really anyone. She needs good judgment for cats, dogs, and kids.
Okay.
So come in, meet with her. If you have kids, anyone else living with you, got to bring everybody. But she should be fine, especially where she was with cats previously. So
Oh my gosh! It's gonna take everything in me not to bring a cat home this week.
I bet and look at her. Oh, she is just watching
You're
everything.
so sweet.
And I thought it would be fun with Paws So Close to bring a cat to sort of, I know that Paws on Parade it's the big dog walk. It's that big community dog walk. But it's our biggest annual fundraiser for all of the animals at the shelter. So, if you have a cat that does well on a harness and isn't afraid of dogs and you want to bring your cat to Paws.
That's a new trend. It has been
happened.
Major recently. I've been seeing more people. I mean, my best friend from home, he's had outdoor cats his entire life, but recently I've seen more of a trend of bringing them in the backpacks or the harnesses, and I'm just like, wow, this is like totally new to me because I've had indoor cats my entire life. So.
There's backpacks specifically made
with
for
like
cats,
with the nice
and
little
they're
like
breathable.
hole. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, with
I don't
the little
know.
porthole.
I've never seen it actually work, but
I've seen actually people have come in to the shelter. One woman came in recently with a chinchilla in one of them.
There you go.
Yeah,
and that's a little smaller. So,
it is. Yeah, but cats seem generally happy. They're with their people a lot like dogs.
Right.
And they want to explore too. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
You're
ready to
go.
So Paws on Parade is really to benefit all of the animals at the shelter. Right now we've got a bunny, we've got a guinea pig, of course we have cats and dogs, and it's for everyone. So register, get your free t-shirt. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm covered in Charlie.
I know. Really marking your territory over here.
I need to just have a lint roller ready to go.
She's leaving you with a cat, whether you're ready for a cat or not. You'll have a cat's worth of hair. That is for sure.
Very curious too.
She is.
Don't go behind the couch though. We've had that happen before, and it's not fun.
I don't think she can get behind, can she?
I don't believe so. Maybe in the corner back there.
As long as she doesn't jump off.
Oh, she's about to find her spot. She's like,
That's
I like
a good
this
cradle
area.
position. That would be, if I were a cat, I would just get right in there.
Yeah. So as with all of our animals, she's spayed. She's up to date on all of her shots. She's definitely old enough to have received her rabies. So she's what we call a take me home today.
Oh.
If anyone is interested, fill out that adoption application, come in and meet with her, and if all goes well, she can go home with someone today.
And she's a young lady. Perfect. She'll make somebody happy for a very long time.
Yeah, she's got a lot of years left. That's
a lot
for
of
sure.
years left. Catherine, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
It's always
you.
Thank you.
Good luck. I'm sure you'll find somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You are adorable.
Quickly.
If not, Emma's going to take you home. So let's throw it over to Devin Figs and then check our forecast.
Alrighty, Joe and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland, Thomas, and Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already got showers and thunderstorms that are developing this morning, moving in from the west to the east. The big threat with this will be some heavy downpours as this all begins to move in from the west going toward the east, and it's starting to build in now. Throw the radar into motion, and we've been noticing a little bit more moving in over the past few hours, and we're just getting started with this. We'll have plenty more where this came from as all this continues to track in from the west to the east. We'll calm down in the rainfall department later on tonight, but the winds will really begin to pick up, especially as this front begins to move through. And we'll have to keep an eye on Fiona as well. It's going to get pretty close to us. Not so much for precipitation, but the winds will be an issue for us as we head towards the weekend. Let's take a look at Fiona right now. A Category 4, this major hurricane that's starting to turn a little bit more toward the north and east now, with winds up to 130 miles per hour and north-northeast at 13 miles per hour is the official observation, with Bermuda under a tropical storm warning and a hurricane watch at this point too. This thing will continue to track off towards the north over the next couple of days. So we can know about a Category 2 hurricane by Saturday, not too far away from us before it makes landfall close to the Canadian coast, then becomes extratropical after that, and it just continues to track off towards the north. So Saturday, though, we'll have to keep an eye out for some very gusty winds and some clouds that'll begin to move through too, and maybe some gusty winds as well up to today, maybe up to 20 miles per hour at its best today, and also for tomorrow, getting up to around 25 miles per hour in a few areas. But let's talk about temperatures. Our average high is 68 degrees. Overall, not too bad over the next few days. We'll be in the middle 60s today, middle 50s for your Friday. We're back in the 60s Saturday, all the way through parts of the day on Tuesday before we fall back into the upper 50s as we head towards your Wednesday. Futurecast moving forward, showers and thunderstorms likely today, some heavy downpours possible. Starting to taper off later on tonight, but notice these black lines, the isobars right there, becoming very stacked. So it means some gusty winds out of the north will be expected over the next few days as we hold on to some clouds as well as we head through Friday. I'm going to step over here. Here's Fiona right here. It's going to be missing us with regards to its intensity, but some gusty winds will be on the way for us as you head towards the weekend. So make sure to keep an eye on that as it does develop. As for the rainfall, 1 to 2 inches of rain possible before we're all finished up. So some more beneficial rain on the way for us. I know some of us have been dealing with drought, so this is some good news. So far today, middle 60s today is the first day of fall at 8:03 or 9:03 p.m. tonight, though, for those in the eastern time zone. 9:03 p.m. tonight. We'll have highs in the middle 60s today, showers and thunderstorms, some heavy downpours as well. Now west wind getting up to about 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 40s for the overnight lows. Rain showers early, then partly cloudy afterward. Northwest wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, middle 50s, mostly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind at about 30 miles per hour. Already a Shepherd Toyota extended forecast for partly cloudy on Saturday with highs in the low 60s, middle 60s on Sunday with a mostly cloudy sky, and more showers and thunderstorms on Monday, highs in the mid 60s.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do rhino linings. We can rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine, inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Check one, check two. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee, check. Tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
We finally did it. Did right by every child in Maine. For the first time ever, Maine is paying its full share for pre-K through 12 education. We did it by putting politics aside and bringing Democrats, Republicans, and independents together to put our kids first. With more resources in the classroom, better pay for teachers, and property tax relief for homeowners.
Fully supporting our kids. One more way Governor Mills puts Maine first.
And finally, a story about the future that could either worry you or get you excited. Scientists in Japan are working on how to help artificial intelligence bond with you better through laughter. Now, researchers are working with one robot named Erica. There she is, helping her enter into normal conversations, which includes laughter. And they want Erica to laugh at the right time and in the right way. Conversational systems help Erica recognize the right moments.
Now, the